do show their positioning as well. So Virtus.pro have a fair idea of what's around them. TSM also to their east, but I don't know if they're fully aware of that yet. And Ence still working down in the north, near towards school as it stands. But 4 AM, you were looking towards these guys, and it looks like they're, I don't want to say committing to this, they're sitting there for now. They found some safety here. And this is why you were worried, because of the potential angle on this too. Oh.
Feels good. Feels good.
Yep.
I want more of it.
Yep. Yeah, we see. Look, bolt actions are the best in this game. Like, okay, DMRs are fine, but they're just there's something real nice about that shot. You know, it gives you warm and fuzzy feelings. So more of that, please. That'd be lovely. But we're still waiting on that circle to update. This is going to be pretty. It's going to be a quiet start because it's a 50-50 split, right? You've got the north teams and the south teams, and they're not overly close for a fight. DAMWON taking a fight on this split? There's so much room here. Okay, they're really opting to fight for this, and this could still move away from this position.
I think it's just because they understand that they have the numbers advantage here. They might have realized that this is a 2-2 split in situation, and you can see whenever you decide to crash into this, it's easy pickup. Under, playing that very well, very methodical, looks back, trying to get the spray, roll till it's through, and nope, not going to connect onto kickstart. You can see the circle has popped, and definitely leaning towards Military Base Island. You know what that means? Bridge rushes, Pansy. We're going to see a lot of them. So these repositions for these teams that might be holding high ground, such as FaZe and Buriram, could be quite pivotal very quickly.
Oh, FURIA can't get away from Virtus.pro. They are just saying, all right, well, you can go first, see how it feels, and we'll just come along behind you. No problem with that. Liquid have moved up. Buriram have taken that position. Now, Buriram might get some shots on these bridge crosses. I wonder if anyone's going to take some damage. It looked like FURIA kind of lent that way for a second. Oh, Rusty's error tries to make the run out of the vehicle. Oh dear. NOARDRA is making light work, and FURIA just getting caught off in horrible ways today. This is a rough game for them to start with. No happiness to come from this. Virtus.pro continuing now. Where did they go towards? Ganaxi, God Meow, all there, spraying and wildly, get a couple of connections, but VP still stand, but they are weakened.
This is just a mess of people trying to roll through this western bridge. It's a quick spray. NOARDRA yet again in the vehicle. He doesn't even care about camping positions. He's just roaming the hillsides, taking on whoever's around him, taking shots and hunting them down. Liquid gets vision on the backside of this fight, and VP is in some trouble.
And again, double dipping. And it looks like DAMWON have made it past this challenge for now. I'm seeing shoot to kill. Finding Clib. No insta-flush, but that could be problems being found. And, oh, okay, DAMWON Gear decided to pull up on this. Maybe seeing vulnerability, and Jun has to make it out of there. Try and make a mad dash away. Good moves, gets him to somewhat safety. This area, this part of trying to leave the compound would have been the harder bit. So he decides, let me stick at the wall before I run that open path.
Then go for your peek while somebody's making the switch back over to their weapons. Not much bruise out of that other than just a little bit of aggression and a back and forth exchange of grenades. The question comes into play, are we going to be able to see TSM get to Miraku, as now Liquid is rolling up right into this, and it's going to be Kill Demo from FURIA that has vision on it, gets the knock on the Cliff.
I don't know if I like this move from Liquid. They had the compounds. I find this unnecessary. You can see Ibby looking for that other ditch, but it's already preoccupied. 16th place for Liquid, and they were where God Meow is now. Yeah, it's not ideal, but it's pretty safe considering in the circle. I mean, it's lent that way very favorably. To make the move prior to that circle coming in is kind of put them on the problems, but forever bails 4 AM out of theirs. Finding TSM secures position on this hillside for now. Gives
situation.
4 AM are in good positions in this, though. They've got a decent, line of defense to catch this. Godby a little bit further away from the others isn't necessarily a bad thing. He gets to get the, catch from the side. Forever and Lou gonna find the first start to this, though. And Indigo making it a little bit easier with that knock towards Kale. This is looking done for. Down to, I think, maybe 1 or 2 at most standing. And LG Divine gonna start coming this way. 4 AM, it's gonna be a non-stop action. Now, out of nowhere, Uber's turned up. Indigo goes down, and now that's another team added to the mix. FaZe from the south, Zenith from the north, LG Divine kind of joined in with the others. This is madness in the east.
It's just so hard to win all of these fights. There are so many different angles, so many different teams that are stacked on different points, and they're fairly spread across multiple defensive lines. You can see firing lines are so difficult to come by, but 4AM is somehow weathering the storm of players and teams that are just flooding into their position. FaZe still creeping in a little bit more while Zenith is crunching in from the north. LG Divine still caught out inside the blue, can't make it any further forward as 4AM is having to focus so much attention towards them. Now, it's going to be a little bit more of a pop-off as FaZe looks towards them from the south, but a quick spin back over. Lou trying to hold it together for his team, but you can see there's just so many people around them. They're so limited in options and ways to peek and defend this.
Tianba's coming up as well. More teams going into this. 4AM starting to get too surrounded. FaZe have a good wrap on them with Zenith in the north, and then throwing Tianba towards the south. FaZe will have no idea they're about to get pressure from below them, somewhere they thought was safe, unless someone's watching it, which I don't think they are. 4AM, too much attention, too little time. God V flashed up, naded. Zenith wants to close this. God V now just tries to stay alive. Get a bit of a net off, heal off. Oh, the nades just undone everything. There it is. Shots come in. 4AM are done for between FaZe and Zenith, but now look at what's happened. Gustav finally gets the spot, does a great bit of work, joined by AC towards Lin Shun, so they know we've got further problems coming our way. Zenith still have the remainder of LG Divine, but Turtle's way out in the blue, so he's got other problems on his hands to handle.
Detonation, Ence actually in a pretty good position after losing a couple of members early. FaZe waiting this one through, but it's Zenith that's still harassing from back behind, and now that they hear the shots, DivisionX steps up, and that's all she wrote for FaZe. They were in so many fights over on the east. Zenith finally walking away from everything, losing just one member for all the fights and the 6 kills that they managed to pick up.
Managed to make it out of that fight pretty well, considering we had 4AM full, we had FaZe full, plenty of teams out in the east, and Virtus.pro, that's a scary house to main in. Look at this, knocking at the door, 4 players, all ready to go. Hiruzen is looking worse for wear, but it's quiet. The mollies are in already. There's the spray. Cease just commits through the smoke, and Lou might just pop a little molly down and hope that it keeps him safe.
This is just such a hard position to play. He's got himself at least a little bit of a defensive position that he can like burn time, and that's almost what you're just hoping to do. Is you sit here, you survive long enough, these guys keep using utility grenades, they're being loud, maybe somebody will come in third party and give you some way to make some type of opportunistic play, get a knock onto him, because they know exactly who's going up against. They just saw who got the knock onto the teammate, who got the flush onto it, so they're hoping that somebody participates, maybe gets a savior of some type, just spray, maybe you can get something out of it. Does get the knock onto one of them, but it's not going to be anything really. It's just going to be a res, maybe some armor burned out of it, all things considered. So
a really strong spot. Without that happening, they are going to be shooting targets, and that's what it is. FERGUS going to find Poonage very easily from here, and Zenith can't secure this yet. Buriram in a bit of a battle now, starting with shoot to kill. That's going to be coming through. Luke 12 now. He just ran right over it. EADY finds Luke 12, and Buriram on a quiet 6 kill game. That's quiet for them, keep in mind. Now 7. DGW starting to spread the wealth across the north side of the map, go for a little bit of a walkabout, try and get a bit more territory, see how far they can maybe stretch this as well, because they did just take that compound away from VP, so they get a bit more land to play with. Buriram and shoot to kill DXG and DGW. What a curious endgame this is going to be. Buriram, this could be their ticket to the weekend if they play this right.
Dropping down and just hoping that maybe they can spring some type of trap. You can see using trees most notably right now to try to get a little bit more information on what's happening. Buriram, one of the stronger teams, still multiple members up right now. Really the only team that can kind of contest against that, but they're starting to get pincered in between detonation positioning and being a little bit hesitant to off of shoot. That means it's going to lean a little bit more into NOARDRA, who's been having a phenomenal game so far.
0 meds left. I think Buriram might have burnt their way through most of their kind of backup in this. Now, Ence.
Somebody peeks over, it does give you a little bit more control, but it's just another member that's not gathering information at the time. The fight's starting to break out now between Ence and DXG. Ence has moved into a more aggressive positioning into DXG, but that's going to be a nice grenade. Flipping over the car to take down 1, but Squeaky's still alive. Spots out IQ 500. Now counter moving through the smokes. 2 members for DXG still up, and Buriram and Detonation White just content to let this fight break out in between it. It's all about what Squeaky can try to do against these other 2 members. Lines up, misses the pass on the first one, but spots out the second one. Gets him down to about half-life, but cannot get it. So now 2 members up for DXG, going to have to continue forward, but they do have control over the south. It comes down to aim for Buriram at this point. They know where Detonation White is, but you can see this low hold that's going on. God Kree spots out. God Meow retreats away from that point. Now, Buriram has to be so careful. The blue's coming in. Vision is near on nothing, pushing into the smokes. They're crawling forward, and Detonation White is just trying to hold this one through. DXG hasn't opted into making a play yet, but they are being at least enough of a distraction to provide Buriram a couple of moments. God Meow trying to creep forward to see if maybe he can get some vision for his teammate, be the survivor for it, but EADY does spot out one. That means Detonation White down to 3 from this point. Lots of damage coming back to Buriram. EADY goes down, NOARDRA on nothing, and there we go. FERGUS pops back over, looking into Detonation White. Numbers in the advantage of it, but another one goes down. DXG could have an opportunity here. Only one up for Detonation. Are they gonna spot this out?
Malofo, the last one alive, being torn to shreds by